Morning, dear students and friends. Welcome back to the Prithviraj English Academy. As we know that we are doing the social studies series for Karnataka State Board. This is a scoring package of 2024 and 25 of 10th standard. And this video I am going to discussing about how to get 70 marks with selected lessons. In that I am going to do with important 1 mark questions of the SST. This is the first part. Like that I have planned to in within a 6th part I have to complete the 1 mark questions. Those are important. Okay, per video 100 questions. So here the questions will become and answers also comes. If you along with the watching this video, please comment the answers. Okay. So now move to the start the today's video. Okay, important 1 mark questions. In that first one, which city is known as the gate of European trade? Answer is Constantinople. Okay, now move to the next. Who had gained monopoly over the trade in Asian countries? Those are Arab merchants. Now move to the next. Who had gained monopoly over the trade in Europe? Those are Italian traders. Now move to the fourth one. Through which city Asian and European trade was taking place? That is none other than Constantinople. Okay, now move to then. When did the Ottoman Turks capture the city of Constantinople? In a year of 1453. 1453. Now move to the next. Who captured the city of Constantinople? That is Ottoman Turks. Are the answer Ottoman Turks. Now move to the 7th. The merchants felt that the trade was not profitable. Why? Because the Turks started laying too many taxes on the goods passing through the Constantinople route. How Spain and Portugal were attempting to break the monopoly of Italian traders by encouraging courageous sailors to find a sea route to India. Who discovered a new sea route to India? His name is Vasco da Gama. Now move to the next. Who was Vasco da Gama? The Portuguese sailor. How did Vasco da Gama came to India? Vasco da Gama left Lisbon and reached Kapadu near Calicut on the east coast of India in 1498. Means actually in a Kerala state he was going to reach. Okay, now move to the next. When did Vasco da Gama discover a new sea route to India? In a year of 1498. Now move to the next. Who were the first to re-establish trade between India and Europe? Those are Portuguese. Who were the first to arrive at India for the trade and were also the last to leave India on the sea route? That is Portuguese. Who arrived in India as the viceroy of Portuguese after Vasco da Gama? Francisco de Almeida. Who implemented Blue Water Policy? Francisco de Almeida. Why did Francisco de Almeida implemented Blue Water Policy? Because to establish the supremacy over the sea instead of supremacy over the lands. Who came after Francisco de Almeida? Alfonso de Albuquerque. Who is considered as the real founder of Portuguese Empire in India? Alfonso de Albuquerque. Who waged a battle against the Sultan of Bijapur in 1510 CE and won Goa? Alfonso de Albuquerque. Which was the administrative center of Portuguese administration in India? Goa. Why did the power of Portuguese decline in India? Due to the arrival of English and French in India. When was Dutch East India Company started? In a year of 1602. Why did the Dutch limit themselves to spice-rich islands? They were unable to face competition from the English and French. Who issued a royal charter authorizing East India Company to trade with eastern countries for 15 years? Queen Elizabeth. Who issued a royal permission to English to establish their first warehouse of factory at Surat? The Mughal Emperor Jahangir. Who is Sir Thomas Roe? Sir Thomas Roe was the royal ambassador from the court of James I. Name the royal ambassador from the court of James I who visited the court of Jahangir. Sir Thomas Munro. Sir Thomas Roe. Okay. How did English establish a strong port, St. George Port? English took Madras from the king of Chandragiri and established a strong port named as St. George Port. Who gave Bombay as an annual rent of 10 pounds a year to East India Company? Charles II, the Prince of the England. Name the presidencies of British, Bombay, Madras and Calcutta. When was French East India Company started? In 1664. Which is the first factory of French? Surat. Who was the Dupleix? Dupleix was the Governor General of the French. Why did Portuguese and Dutch withdraw from India by 18th century, unable to withstand the competition from French and English by the 18th century? By which treaty the First Carnatic War came to an end? The Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. By which treaty the Second Carnatic War came to an end? The Treaty of Pondicherry. By which treaty the Third Carnatic War came to an end? Treaty of Paris. When was Battle of Plassey fought? In 1757. Between whom the Battle of Plassey took place? Between the Nawab of Sirajud-Dowlah and the British. When was the Battle of Buxar fought? In 1764. Who brought dual government concept? Robert Clive. Mention the cunning policies of the British, subsidiary alliance and doctrine of lapse policy. Who gave Kora and Allahabad to Marathas? Shah Alam II. Which incident was major setback to Marathas? The death of Maratha strongman Madhav Rao Peshwa. Who murdered Narayan Rao? Uncle Raghunath Rao. By which agreement First Anglo-Maratha War ended? The Treaty of Salbai Agreement. Who was named as the Peshwa after the First Anglo-Maratha War? Madhav Rao II. Who introduced the subsidiary alliance? Lord Wellesley. When was subsidiary alliance implemented? In 1798. What is a subsidiary alliance? This was basically a military protection agreement between the East India Company and the Indian state. Which state was the first state to enter subsidiary alliance? The Hyderabad state. What was the main reason for the Second Anglo-Maratha War? The differences among the Maratha chieftains was the reason for this war. By which agreement Second Anglo-Maratha War ended? The Treaty of Bassein. Between whom Lahore Agreement was signed? Between the British and Sikhs. Who merged the state of Punjab with the British Empire? So many times. Last time also this question was asked in an examination. Lord Dalhousie. Who adopted doctrine of lapse policy? Lord Dalhousie. Who introduced the administration of civil service? Lord Cornwallis. What is aim of regulating act? The aim of regulating act was, and the name suggests, to enforce control. Who opened the Port William College in Kolkata? Lord Cornwallis. Why did Cornwallis open Port William College in Kolkata? For the benefit of the people aspiring to join civil services. Who argued all the natives of Hindustani are completely corrupt? Lord Cornwallis. What is Diwani rights? The authority to collect land taxes to the British. What are a Diwani Adalat and a Fauzdari Adalat? A Diwani Adalat is a civil court. A Fauzdari Adalat is a criminal court. Now notice 65. Who implemented the efficient police system in India for the first time? Lord Cornwallis. What is main duty of Kotwal? Kotwal was made accountable for thefts, crimes, and other law violations at the village level. What is permanent zamindari system? Lord Cornwallis implemented a new land tax policy in Bengal and Bihar regions in order to generate steady revenue per annum. This was called the permanent zamindari system. The Indian farmers were born in debt, lived in debt, and died in debt due to the land tax policies of the British. Who gave these statements? Charles McClellan. What is Mohal? Mohal means taluk. Who implemented Mohalwari system? R.M. Bride and R.M. Bird and James Thompson. Who and where the Raitawari system was first implemented? In Baramal region by the Alexander VIII. Who implemented Raitawari system in Madras and Mysore region? Thomas Munro. Who facilitated the expansion of the modern education in India? Warren Hastings. Who started Kolkata Madrasa? Warren Hastings. Who started Sanskrit College in Banarasa? Jonathan Duncan. Who presented the universalization of British education in India? Charles Grant. Who was Macaulay? Macaulay was the member of the Governor General's Executive Committee. Who was appointed as the chairperson of the Committee on Education? Macaulay. Who established the universities in Kolkata, Bombay and Madrasa? Lord Dalhousie. When was Regulating Act implemented? In 1776. Who criticized the corruption in the East India Company? Edmund Burke. Which policy aimed at the creation of new class of Indians who are Indian by blood but British in intelligence, opinion and taste? Macaulay's policy. According to which act Supreme Court of Judiciary was established in Kolkata? Regulating Act 1773. Which act declared that the Indians have attained their paramount power in the name of the British Empire only but not on their own? Pitt's India Act 1784. Which act officially allowed the churches to enter India? The Charter Act of 1813. By which act the Governor General of Bengal was named as the Governor General of India? Charter Act of 1833 CE. According to which act the post Governor General was changed into the Viceroy? Indian Government Act of 1858. Who became the first Viceroy of India? Lord Canning. What is the other name of Indian Councils Act of 1909? Minto-Morley Reformation Act. Which act created separate electorate college? Indian Council Act of 1909. Which act was used to divide and rule India? Indian Councils Act of 1909. Which act is also called Montego Chelmsford Reformative Act? Indian Councils Act of 1919. Which act acted as the base for the formation of Indian Constitution? Indian Government Act of 1935. Which act established the Reserve Bank of India? Indian Government Act of 1935. By which treaty the first Anglo-Mysore War came to an end? The Madras Treaty. Which treaty ended the second Anglo-Mysore War? The Treaty of Mangaluru. What is the main reason for the second Anglo-Mysore War? The political situation in Travancore was the reason behind the second Anglo-Mysore War. What is the main reason for the third Anglo-Mysore War? The British violated the Treaty of Madras. The British also captured the Mahe, a French settlement in Hyder Ali's territories. Why Dandiya is called Wagh? He was called as a Wagh, the tiger, due to his bravery. Where is Kitturu? Kitturu lies between the Dharwad and Belgavi. So, by this one, we have completed the 100 questions of very important 1 mark questions. So thanks for watching this video, my dears. If you have any doubt, any suggestion, then please comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and pressing the bell icon to get a new updates from my side. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.